This is the city of Tahar. It's located close to Lyon, and it's over 300 kilometers away from the ocean. In fact, this little town in the French Alps has been building metallic expedition boats since 1963, when the famous French sailor Bernard Moitessier started building his sailboat Joshua.
It's just so cool to walk around this boatyard. I've been seeing pictures of this place for so long. They've been building boats inside this same area for literally 60 years.
And this is also the boatyard that designed our boat. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And after 2 years bringing this sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life, it's finally time to start exploring.
So don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Sunday for a new episode.
We arrived in this place to stay one day, and here we are. It's the third or fourth day, and we are finally moving.
We are getting late because we need to find a place to live out for 10 days. I don't know if we mentioned that, but we are gonna go to Europe for 10 days. We're gonna go to France. There's something we need to tell, but I'm not sure if it's time to tell yet. A friend of a friend of a friend said that there is a mooring bow in Saint-Anne in the south of Martinique, and we fly from Martinique, so we're gonna go there and try to see, because we want to see in person if we can trust the bow, because leaving the boat for 10 days is not...
The area is called Le Marin. We see you there. We are leaving Saint-Pierre, and our friends that are local here, they said that before the pandemic it was not normal to see sailboats here. Usually it was one or two boats, and nowadays, after the pandemic, it's full of boats in this area. We could see when we came here in the beginning of February that was packed. And I remember the first time I heard about this place, our friends said there's a nice zoo there, and it's a historical place because there is a volcano that erupted 100 years ago, and there was only one survivor, the prisoner, and we can see the ruins, and it's a historical place. And also it's a nice spot to do the checkout of Martinique, as it's on the top north part of the island. And that's why we came here. And actually the first time it was packed and we liked it, but it was hard to anchor. And now that there was way less boats, it was easy to anchor. We had so many friends around. It was amazing.
Of course, it's squall after squall. These last 3 days, just like squall, sun, rain, squall, no wind, 25 knots, no wind. No, it's life. That's the Caribbean.
Morning. So yesterday we anchored here outside of Saint-Anne, and today we are moving to a mooring inside Le Marin.
Let's go.
They say that there are around 1,000 boats in this area. It's amazing. Never seen something like that. It seems that our friends are arriving to help us on the mooring. Welcome on board! It's their first time at Art.
All good so far?
Oh yeah.
Yep, keep going.
I'm Duca. Are we safe on this mooring?
Yeah, it's really
This
good.
boat's really heavy.
The weight is a steel boat that's been there for a long time.
It's a steel boat down
It's
there.
a steel boat.
It's a steel
Okay.
boat mooring and a steel boat now.
Yeah, so
Fuck that.
then I have 50 meters of 12 mil chain,
Oh good, yeah.
so it's heavy.
Good.
Yeah.
When you live aboard and your life is inside a 44-foot steel structure, it's not a simple task to leave your boat in a mooring for 10 days in a place that you barely know and travel across the Atlantic. So we decided to spend a few days around to gain confidence. That was an awesome decision. We got to meet new friends, and we also hang out with old good friends. We finally had time for Duca to get a special work done. Do you remember our good friend Kiki? Remember that he started his own channel? Well, it's been a while. Kiki wants Duca to freeze this special project by tattooing his new channel logo on him. By the way, if you are not subscribed to Kiki's channel, you should. He has some really cool projects coming up. Just don't forget to comment on his channel saying that you are there because of us, because we have a friendly competition with Kiki's fiancé Taylor to see who brings more subscribers to him.
What's these guys? It's just
Also, our friend Becca wanted to always remember that she was the first female scout in her town in the UK.
Yeah!
And because of her, now they have mixed genders. It's such a cool story.
That's it.
And last but not least, we reached our first 5,000 nautical miles. So, Duca wanted to keep the tradition and got his first swallow tattooed by our good friend Kiki on the boat we navigated all these miles. I love to see how happy Duca gets in these special moments. For sure, we will always remember these days.
Come on, tell us the truth. Why are we in a mooring today?
We have a special trip.
Are we going out of the boat, abandon our boat again?
Yes.
Yeah, we are gonna abandon our boat for maybe 9 days, but it's a special purpose. We are right now in Martinique, and Martinique is a French territory, and being a French territory means we have cheap flights to France, and that's a special moment that we can take advantage of that, and we can fly to France really quick for 9 days, and we can visit the boatyard that actually designed Odd. So Odd was designed in France by Meta Boatyard, but built professionally in Brazil. We always been curious to go and see the place where they designed Odd. And this place is a really special boatyard because they built a lot of really important boats. For example, I don't know if you heard of Bernard Moitessier, the guy that did the Golden Globe race back years and years ago, and his famous boat Joshua was built by Meta in this exactly same site. So that means we are gonna go back in history and we're gonna visit a really cool boatyard. Why not do it? You know what I mean? Like, we are here, the flight's cheap, we have the opportunity to do it, we're gonna do it.
And we are gonna take friends with us because they got excited because they've never been to Europe, so it's a friends trip.
Yeah, we've been talking too much to our friends about, oh, you should go with us, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be awesome. So we convinced Kik and Taylor to travel with us.
We're going to Europe.
Europe, here we come.
Taylor's travels mode. We have arrived!
Are you ready to see how big is the car we rented? We rented a really tiny car for 4 people. I think we can fit, I hope, because we have like a lot of hours to drive. And the car is tiny.
That doesn't mean I don't get shocked.
How can we fit all the bags and us?
The whole car is leaning just from you two sitting on that side. Mi maison.
41.
It's here.
That's it?
Yeah.
Welcome to Taha.
Bienvenue à maison. Mi maison.
Oh, is that
Oh, trampoline?
Horseshoes?
Oh, we have the game. That game's pretty cool. Welcome home.
Oh, hi, buddy. Bonjour.
And this is our house for the next 2 days. 3 days. This. Oh, it's a river. Check it out.
This is nice.
Really important day today. Going to Meta for the first time.
This is the city of Tahar. It's located close to Lyon, and it's over 300 kilometers away from the ocean. So what are we doing here? You must be wondering, is this shipyard in the French Alps? Well, even though it doesn't seem right at first, the answer is yes. There's actually a river not far from Tahar, where the boats can be splashed and taken to the ocean. In fact, this little town in the French Alps has been building metallic expedition boats since 1963, when the famous French sailor Bernard Moitessier started building his sailboat Joshua. If you have no idea who I'm talking about, Bernard Moitessier is the legendary sailor who participated in the first non-stop single-handed round-the-world race, the Golden Globe. He was almost winning, but he decided to keep going, doing another half-turn around the world to go back to French Polynesia, sailing non-stop for 10 months. In his words, "I continued non-stop to the Pacific Islands because I'm happy at sea and also to save my soul." Despite dropping out of the race, he set a world record for the longest non-stop solo voyage under sail. Meta also built the Ep.295 for the Poinsett family. This famous expedition sailboat, designed by Gilbert and Nivelle, was home to the Poinsett family for the winter in Antarctica and also the vessel they used to explore the Southern Ocean Islands and the Antarctica Peninsula for over 30 years. In 1977, with the collaboration of Michel Gilbert, Mr. Fricot developed a new manufacturing process that they patented with the name Strongo. That means strong aluminum. Strong is the opposite of the classic method, and it's inspired by aircraft wing-type structures. Instead of creating an internal skeleton and then depositing a thin sheet of metal around it to form the hull, Strongo uses a thicker and pre-stressed sheet of metal with a minimal internal structure. The use of thick sheets allows a better fusion of the metal when welded, a little or no deformation of the metal sheets. The thickness also increases the corrosion resistance, decreases the risk of metal fatigue, and also another advantage is the absence of the binding interior structures, which makes the design of facilities more flexible. Strongo is actually the assembly process that sets Meta apart from other boat builders. And that's one of the reasons we love the design of Odd, our boat. She was built using the Strongo method. In the past 6 years, more than 150 designs and more than 400 boats have come out of this workshop, including 70 Joshuas and 30 Damien sailboats. And that's where our boat comes from. Even though Odd wasn't built by Meta, she was designed by Gilbert Nivelle and Meta in the 80s. So now you can imagine how special it is for us to visit this boatyard.
Just so cool to walk around this boatyard. I've been seeing pictures of this place for so long, and there's pictures from like 60 years ago. They've been building boats inside this same area for literally 60 years. The boat from Bernard Moitessier, Joshua, was built here. So many others.
Damiens.
Damiens are built here. So there's a lot of history here. Kind of feel like going back in time because the warehouse seems like, like the tools are from back then. The travel, like the whole thing that support the boats and move boats around, I believe is from back then. So it's just like going back in time, but with so much more technology, of course, nowadays, and beautiful aluminum boats. It's awesome. This, by the way, is a really beautiful boat.
And what we love about Meta is that even after 60 years, the boatyard is still trying to innovate. Philippe Robert, the new owner of Meta, with the goal of moving the center of gravity of the boat without going through the complexity of the cantil keels, created and patented a new stabilization system called turbo keels. The system basically consists of a twin keel system in which we can transfer the lead ballast from one keel to the other to have a similar result of a cantil keel, but with fixed twin keels. In this way, you can have more power, less heeling, and a shallow draft. Yes, I know, it seems complicated, but in reality it's a really simple system. And when you see the prototype, this makes total sense. In the future we are gonna have a video dedicated to explain and show this system in depth, but for now, if you want to know more about it, this prototype will be at Cannes and La Rochelle boat shows next month, in September 2023.
So we show you upstairs the little, model of the turbo keel. This is actually a turbo keel, I think maybe for like a 40, 50 foot boat. That's a prototype, but so pretty much that pump just sucks oil from one side to the other, and when it sucks, when the oil arrives in the other keel, the pressure of the oil transfers to the other hose, the little balls of lead, and then the lead is transferred from one side to the other. It's just so cool. I think they can transfer like maybe 3 tons of lead from one side to the other. That's huge.
They say that's 1 ton per minute that they can transfer.
Yeah, that's just like to take out the air of the system, like a vent. So this is just a valve, a regular valve, but you can control by a button on the cockpit. So then you don't need to go all the way down the engine room to open and close the valves when you transfer. You just do it by distance. That's pretty cool.
And also, if something breaks, you have the option of doing it manually. So years ago, I met a friend on Facebook, and he actually is building his boat here on this boatyard because he used to be a welder for Meta. So here is his boat.
That 3 years for him to complete his boat.
It's actually way more spacious than
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Pretty sure Roberta mentioned something, but this boat was built and is owned by a friend that we met on Facebook over 6 years ago, and we've been talking every now and then, and now we're finally on his boat. That's just so random. We didn't even know we were gonna buy the boat we have, and he worked for 20 years on Meta, this boatyard that designed our boat, so it's just like a lot of coincidence. It's a really cool boat. Seems like a Tiki, like a James Water, but it's a modification for aluminium, and it's really cool.
Did you see that this opens?
Yes, this opens.
Oh,
probably
this is
to
so
here.
nice.
So this is a Meta 36 that the former owner of the boatyard is building himself, and it's just so big. It's impressive, like how such a small boat can be so big inside.
Yeah.
Amazing and beautiful. Nice finishing. It's just like the woodwork is just beautiful.
It's amazing the woodwork. Look at this.
It's beautiful, and I like the big windows in here.
It's funny that people think that just because we have a YouTube channel, we are actors. Remember that time that we were invited to be in a commercial a while ago? Well, it happened again. We got invited to shoot the Meta commercial. Yeah, but the truth is, the reason why we got invited is because we have a huge project coming up with Meta soon.
We have big news.
Not big. We have huge news. Yeah, but I don't think we're ready to talk about this big news in camera yet.
Patrons know already.
Yeah, Patreon knows for a long time actually. Yeah, we are gonna be in the month of September in 2 boat shows in France, and we really want to meet some of you guys. Where are we gonna be?
We are gonna be in Cannes from the 12th to the 17th, and we are gonna do a meetup at Meta Boatyard booth on the 16th at 4 p.m.
And that's really cool that we came to visit the boatyard, and they invited us to go to the boat show with them, and that's just awesome. And also we are gonna go after Cannes, we go to La Rochelle from the 20th to the 25th, and we do a meetup on the 23rd.
Both on Saturdays.
Both Saturdays, 4 p.m. on Meta booth.
Yes.
Hope to see you there.
Hope to see some of you there.
Not some,
we are,
all of you there.
Yeah, we are anxious to tell you the big news.
Yeah, see you soon.
See you.
Oh, that's gonna hurt, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So it's a big.